Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm working on two cards that we're doing in the card making workshop for Fabulous, and these two are the interactive cards. So you can I'm just going to kind of show you in this one, hopefully quick and dirty, how to do these interactive cards, in my mind, the simplest way. So I'll start with the skeleton. So the main part of having an interactive card is to have the parts. So in this case, we want to make our little bottom be able to swing like a pendulum. So we need to make a pendulum. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of the little skeleton pants and add an extension, because something has to be able to make him swing. And so once I get the extension in there, I can take a little punch and punch a hole. Let's see, so this is his little body and I want it to be a little higher than that. So we'll see how that goes. So what we would do then is decide where his little pants and where his little body should go. And then I also put some foam squares at his elbows, because if you see in this card, he can only swing as far as those little elbow joints because I put the foam squares in that spot. So he can't go all the way around or anything like that. So I did that for that reason. And then the other part is we need to create the mechanism to allow him to move. So once we decide where we would like this creature to be on the card, and I'm pretty happy with it right there, we need to create a hole for this and then add that the brad in there. And this is what allows him to move. See, when you go right at it, he's moving and you're like, what the heck? Because the brad wants to sit tight. And so I'm gonna bend it backwards a little bit so that it has this hole that we punched that allows it to more freedom. So once I loosen up by pushing back on it, so normally I would push down on my brad so that it's nice and flat, but that doesn't allow for easy movement. So then I want to bend it backwards, and that's going to relieve some pressure off these. Can you see there? So they're not going to be close. And now he should have some room, and you may even want to like pull up on it just to give him some. See, now it's working just fine. And it's just because it's not tight, and it won't need to be tight because in the card we pop it up. You can't see, but we do. So now that we put him nice and centered, and then we would just have to set him down with his foam squares. And then when they're down, again, his little legs won't go any farther than those little elbows, and it's perfect. And then you just put it on whatever card, decorate it however you want, and that is how you can create a swinging mechanism. So there's the little skeleton. And then we have the little pop-up kitty. Now in my workshop video, there'll be two ways to do this, but I'm just kind of doing this way, and then you'll see another way you could do it in there. So we know that we are going to want the kitty in a certain space, so somewhere around here. So I need to not put any glue in this space. So I'm just gonna, when I glue this down, I'm gonna leave a nice big pocket to leave some flexibility on where that little kitty cat is gonna go, and that will make it that much easier when it is time to put him in there. See, so I have a pocket, nice big pocket. So it's just a little pocket that he can disappear into, but it doesn't look like there's a pocket, does it? So then we also have the pumpkin piece. So we would take the pumpkin And I put mine, so there was a little bit of, and then you just glue it here. And then you take your kitty cat and you're going to take the, you're going to go backwards for a moment. So what we're going to do is we want to make sure that when the lid is on the pumpkin, the lid is on the pumpkin. So what we do is we take this and we turn it over. And then I take my foam squares and I put my foam squares exactly into that space that's available so that the pumpkin's lid cannot go any farther than this because it will be stopped by those foam squares. And now we also know, and we can again put that down where it belongs. Now we also know that we need to get this to fit somewhere on his little head, but we know exactly where to put it because we have these foam squares. So I'm just going to take this upside down and I'm going to take the little kitty upside down and I'm going to put him on there so he's covering as much of the foam squares stickiness as he can, but as little as possible of the actual kitty. And then when we fold it over, look, you can't see any kitty in there. So then we can put him in the little pocket, So he is all hidden, and then you can know now where the little pumpkin should be glued. So I would glue the pumpkin right here. And then you will be able to pick up your little kitty cat and hide him away again. So cute. It's very, very easy to make these because it doesn't take almost any parts or anything. It's just a little tiny trick of the paper cutting. So I hope that was helpful. Have fun. Happy crafting.